Welcome back, Wolfpack. Verlis here, and this is how to use Arcanine. So when we're looking at Arcanine, we finally get into some really good base stats, 550 base stat total, and that kind of goes with how Arcanine is in kind of anime lore a legendary Pokemon. Remember the second Pokemon episode? Yeah, like the dude's on the wall with all the crazy legendary birds, and it's just like Arcanine's a legendary Pokemon kind of idea, and the stats translate fairly well. Some good defensive bulk, you have some good offensive bulk, and then you have decent speed. Like, overall, Arcanine, I just wish it got more play, and I wish there was just a bit more on the speed. Like, that's really what makes a Pokemon competitive sweeper. So once it starts getting into that really good speed tier. But it can endure some good hits, it's a good 2-hit KO Pokemon, and then it also can be mixed. Not an insane level of mixed, but I mean, before like all these new crazy Pokemon like generations 4 through 6 came out, Arcanine had a lot of potential. Let's go and look at its typing before we get any further. We also have a pure fire type. Jeez, that's a lot of resistances. Like, pure fire, it's hard to just think about it. But 6 resistances, my goodness. 3 somewhat common weaknesses. Ground and rocks are really the bane of this typing, as well as water. Water more making sense than rock or ground. But anyway, so on a defensive scale, you do have a lot of resistances. On an offensive scale, you're going to try to look for those pairings that, you know, fire can hit pretty well against bug, grass, steel. It's all about how you make it work. So let's hop into Pokemon Showdown and make it work. Well, first off, I'm going to lead with the Spinda Arcanine strategy. Intimidate, close combat, overheat, morning sun. Spinda with skill swap, uses skill swap onto Arcanine because that's kind of like the flavor of the week right now. Slash flavor of the month maybe. And yeah, you use close combat, you gain defenses, you use overheat, you gain special attack, and you're good to go. Now let's go and look at a real strategy. So in singles, this is actually a really good Pokemon to use because of its huge coverage. Flare Blitz for fire, Wild Charge for electricity, which does stop out one of your weaknesses, close combat for extra coverage, and extreme speed that has a good amount of base power and goes faster than Bullet Punch and other priority moves. So this is really awesome. There are life orbs so you can switch between your coverage. I say go with that Jolly Nature and hit like a truck. I mean, again, Talonflame has low base attack. I got it wrong yesterday's how to use video. It actually has 81 base attack. Arcanine has more base attack. Sure, you're not getting that Brave Bird priority, but again, Flare Blitz, it's the same thing. You're getting stabbed with that huge 120 base power. You're going to have a ton of damage. Close combat, 120 base power, good coverage, wild charge, and all that. Like, if you can chain this Pokemon together really well, it becomes an incredibly strong, hard-hitting Pokemon. Sure, there is recoil with wild charge and Flare Blitz, but overall, you're going to have that bulk in you. You're going to be able to endure a hit, get a Flare Blitz, maybe even outspeed, get another KO, you know. There's actually some good potential here with Arcanine as a solid Pokemon. And then we also just have some extra things, you know, Outrage. It gets Outrage. That's some high base damage, good dragon coverage. Iron Head, there's some extra fairy coverage for you. So, I mean, overall, Pokemon has great move pool, good amounts of damage, a promising offenses and stuff. Also, let's do our level 50 for scale, as we do. And yeah, like, I mean, overall, Pokemon, while not being the fastest, it can get some good speed. And if you're using Sticky Web, you can go for that adamant nature and really try to hit hard. So, Arcanine, a lot of potential, I can't say that enough. I'm excited for Arcanine. But anyway, good Pokemon. Hope you guys enjoyed this video, and that's how you use Arcanine. Have a nice day, everyone. Right, and I forgot to add Flash Fire. Yeah, it gets the ability Flash Fire, which means the fire attacks do extra damage if hit by a fire move, and it grants fire immunity. Pretty much, this is an awesome Pokemon on your team. Any Pokemon with Flash Fire, really. If you have a Scizor or a Ferrothorn, or a Pokemon that's really weak against fire, switching Arcanine against it when you feel that fire type coming, now you gain that bonus damage, now you just got that free switch, and overall it's just something that you can use defensively. So not just Arcanine on this, any Flash Fire Pokemon, that's a point I wanted to make. So I mean, you can even carry Arcanine for that defensive usage, and even run it a bit more defensively as well, like throwing in maybe some extra hit point spread if you don't feel confident in outspeeding, and just going for like a bruisery kind of attacker. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I already said that. Have a nice day.